Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from The Beautiful and the Damned. This is their Man of Leisure straight rye whiskey, coming in at a 50% ABV, at least 6 years old. So for full disclosure, I reached out to The Beautiful and the Damned for a review sample. They were kind enough to send over a bottle, so just keeping that transparency open. So The Beautiful and the Damned is a newer whiskey company to the scene, and they're being fairly transparent, which is one thing we love seeing here on the channel. And the more nitty-gritty details you give us, the better off we all are. So to start off with, we know that they are sourcing these from MGP, and they're sourcing very specific casks to fit their profile. And they're picking the 95% rye, 5% malted barley mix. This is at least 6 years old. They also tell us that it's non-chill filtered. They are using 56-degree limestone filtered water. They are using staves with char number 4, barrel heads using char number 2, and just doing all that kind of great stuff. And the whole idea behind the Ben Franklin, the Man of Leisure, he retired at the age of 42. And to me and to the company, like, that is the dream nowadays, is to retire early, enjoy life. And I honestly feel like that's what this whiskey is meant to be, is something that you can sit back and enjoy, even if you're in the game still and you're still chasing that retirement or that luxury day of just being able to kick back. But nonetheless, I love the art style in this bottle, and that's honestly what caught my eye when I first ran into the company. Now, to be honest, I was able to attend one of their tasting events for this here locally, and it was phenomenal on site, but I'm really excited to pop open a fresh bottle to this one. So let's go ahead and get into things. As always, we're going to be trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water, see if anything changes up. And yeah, I love their bottle designs on this. The artwork is gorgeous. And for reference purposes, this is from batch 1, bottle number 836. But right now you can kind of find them around the Illinois and Indiana markets, but you can also order them online, which, yeah, you can check out their links down in the description area below to go see if you want to learn a little bit more about them. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Why haven't you yet? Hang around for a bit. Let me know what you're drinking down in the comments. I love the wine bottle style as well. It's very tall, very prominent look to it. But their other one is their Never Surrender bourbon, and it was beautiful. But I've been on a rye journey lately, so I'm excited to get into this. Beautifully dark color for a 6-year-old rye. Look at that. Let's go for notes. Oh, there's not a fault on that nose. That is sweet, herbal, medicinal. You get just a pinch of the dilliness, but it's very, very subtle. And it might even be projected, because a lot of times for me, MGP can pull out that little bit of dill note going on. But the subtle floral rye notes going on. Beautifully done. Almost not quite rye bread, but pretty darn close. The funny thing is, while you're not getting a lot of that dill note, I'm definitely getting a spearmint. Here in Indiana, we used to have some fields that I love driving by because they did mint. And that's what it reminds me of, is just like a late summer night, driving through those fields. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of vanilla going on. Nice solid chariness too. No ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. And as you keep going back, you get a little bit of a milk chocolate or like a chocolate powder note. Alrighty, let's go for a taste. Right up front, it tingles the palate beautifully. Very much like cigar and tobacco notes. A little bit of herbal, a little bit medicinal. Not really any of that dill note going on. Maybe a little bit of fresh spearmint. Like if you just got leaves and you cracked it open. Or just got like on a dessert. Like you had a luxurious piece of cake. It had a little mint leaf on top. And you crunched into that little pop of spearmint going on. The herbal, the medicinal, beautiful in there. And again, for me, that rye pulls across a little bit of a floralness to it as well. That is a beautiful sipping whiskey. Butterscotchy caramel going on. Mix it in there with that bit of vanilla. The oak layers are nice and charry, and it's just a solid profile on it. There is not a fault in that sip. Beautiful ABV. It's not so much warming that it's off-putting, but it's not too proof down to lose out on those characteristics. Same goes with the age statement. With that at least 6 years old in there, it really does hone in. Really, when it comes to MGP rye, there is a cutoff point on losing out on some of those characteristics, but gaining others, or kind of the reverse happens at younger MGP rye. Great mouthfeel as well. Coats the palate just enough. It doesn't cling to the point that it's, an unwelcome to cling. That is beautifully done. All right. Let's add a little drop of water. See what changes up here. Very curious. Yeah, that minty freshness here at the finish. It is just beautiful. Alrighty, let's go for notes on the water version. Oh man. I'm getting... Okay, that dill note is showing up even more on the nose now. In the water version, I definitely found it like instantly. Here now, it's a little more refined, almost like dill bread. It's rye dill bread. If that's not a thing, it should be a thing. Give me a good rye bread and put some dill in it. The sweetness in here is almost candied-like. Like sweet candy, beautiful floral, herbal notes. The dilliness is there. I'm not getting quite as much of the spearmint mintiness going on. Still no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes, but beautiful. Man, this is just as nice as the neat version. All right, let's go for a taste. Definitely on the taste, it goes a little more simple. Getting a very herbal forward taste. Getting a little bit of charriness in there. A little bit of that mintiness in there. The dill notes I'm not really getting. It just goes very much a very herbal drink. Probably make a really good Manhattan. Put a little vermouth in there. Yeah, I think this would make a good Manhattan. Doesn't go negative, doesn't go, off notes or anything metallic or unwanted. Just goes very simple and very herbal. Let's go back to the neat version. Yeah, you lose out on all the characteristics going on. And that's no argument to the whiskey. Sometimes that happens with water. But you're losing out on that charriness. You're losing out on that minty freshness. Here, it just goes very simple. And if you're not big into rye, that little drop of water is going to make it a little more friendly for you. And as always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. So if you pick this up and that's a little too brash or a little too bold for you, add that drop of water, enjoy it that way, and then you work your way back up to the neat version to really encapsulate all those beautiful flavors and notes that are going on. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So you can actually pick this up at some Total Wine in around those areas, Indiana, Illinois. I've seen it here in Indiana, and it goes for $90. If you're not in either of those states or in their distribution, you can actually order it from their website for $100. And to be honest, for a very transparent brand, telling you all the nitty-gritty details, they're sourcing very specific casks, and they're keeping a good age statement, a good proof point. They're not watering this down and just slapping a label on it, throwing it on the shelf. I'm fine with paying those prices. You're giving me everything I want as a whiskey lover of all those details, and I have to support that, because that is a huge staple in today's market. The more you tell me, the happier I am, and I know my money is going to a good purchase. I give it a good thumbs up. I obviously, as it always goes, if you can get this for $90, it's a really good grab. Rye whiskey tends to be a little more expensive as it is, but at $100, I don't have an argument with it at that price point. It's beautifully done. I love those notes, and it is different than your typical MGP rye. So I gotta give it credit for that as well. And again, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the Beautiful and the Damned, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. The Beautiful and the Damned, Man of Leisure, straight rye whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
And I really like it might